Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Onyedika of Keobik Healthcare Academy, and today I want to introduce you to a new diagnostic device we call the QRMA, Quantum Resonance Magnetic Analyzer. Quantum Resonance Magnetic Analyzer. I call it a home use equipment because you can use it at home, you can use it in your naturopathic clinic, you can use it maybe in a particular circus, maybe marketplace or workplace, to do a quick scan for a set of people, maybe a group of people working in an office, and you can use it to just run a quick scan to help people know the subhealth condition of their body. You know, most times when you want to, for people who are into healthcare companies or network companies, maybe you want to market your product to a particular person and you are telling the person you will need this product, is good for your liver, and the person may tell you, I'm not sick. This particular device will help you sell your product faster. Why? Because you don't need to tell the person, you need this product. Just tell the person, I want to run a scan on you. And by the time you run a quick scan on the person, if he finds a problem with the liver, he will tell you, what do I do? What do I do to be saved? And that's when you can now recommend your product. So this is a quick body scan. It does a quick scan within 60 seconds. Lets you to know what is wrong in abnormal functions of your organs, like the heart, the brain, the liver, the digestive system, and so on. And so that is what this device is all about. Now, talking about how does it work? How does it work? It scans using cellular technology. When I mean cellular, I mean our body cells. It tries to do a subhealth check of every cell in our body. Right? Let me start by drawing this principle we know in anatomy, that the coming together of cells makes a tissue. That's a group of cells coming together makes a tissue. A group of tissues coming together makes an organ. Organ like kidney, liver, heart, large intestine, and so on. Okay? Now, basically, the quantum resonance magnetic analyzer focuses on its analysis on cells. What makes up a unit cells are electrons. Proton plus neutron equal to electron. Proton plus neutron equal to atom. Proton plus neutron equal to cell. Electron equal to cell. Atom equal to cell. So our business is with the cells of the body. Cells of the body. Now let's talk about the principle of operation further, how this works. In human cells, about 25 million of it divides every second. And in a minute, you can have blood cells renewing at about a rate of 100 million per minute. 100 million cells renew per minute. About 25 million cells divide per second. About 100 million cells renew per minute. Now, in the process of this cell division and cell renewal, the human body are loaded up with these electrons I'm talking about. Now, this loading of these electrons in the human body generates what we call electromagnetic waves. Now, these electromagnetic waves emit signals, and these signals are what we use to predict healthy cells and unhealthy cells. And that is where this device comes in. It comes to predict, it reads the signals to predict which cells are healthy and which cells are unhealthy. Alright? Now, let me bring it down to layman's language. The movement of these cells, they actually are random. these movements are random. These electrons, the movement of electrons in a cell are random. All right? It's just like tadpole in water. When you see tadpole in water, it could move very fast, random, or it could move very slowly. Now, the weak electromagnetic waves are those slowly moving random motion, and the quantum device will now collect data. It collects this information that those ones that are moving very slow are indicating weak electromagnetic waves, thereby trying to portray that those organs are unhealthy. All right? So there is a software in the quantum device that, how do I put it now? That interprets the data that is collected from the human cell. All right? It is processed by a microprocessor after it's been amplified, because those information, those frequencies are very low, very small rather, very tiny frequency. And so the device has an amplifier that amplifies it, and it now takes it to the quantum analyzer software. We call it the disease spectrum. Now, inside the disease spectrum, they already have recorded frequencies of every organ, both in health and in disease. So we are now trying to check the frequency that was collected on the disease spectrum, the software. So anyone that falls within the healthy status is predicted to be or diagnosed to be healthy. Anyone that falls within the unhealthy status is diagnosed to be unhealthy. And so that's why we have in the quantum analyzer software, you will see normal, moderately abnormal, mildly abnormal, normal, mildly abnormal, severely abnormal, normal, mildly abnormal, moderately abnormal, and severely abnormal. Where you have the recent versions of the quantum analyzer, you have the normal to give us a color green for normal, color blue for mildly abnormal, color yellow for moderately abnormal, and color red for severely abnormal. So we also have what we call abnormal high and abnormal low. By the time we go into the practical section, you are going to see that each of these parameters in the quantum analyzer, take for example, if you take the cardiovascular and cerebrovascular analysis function, where you see things like the blood viscosity, you will see that each of those parameters have normal range. So those frequencies determine where the result will be. So we have on the right side mildly abnormal high, moderately abnormal high, severely abnormal high, and on the left side mildly abnormal low, moderately abnormal low, and severely abnormal low. So this is how this device works. It's actually a mathematical calculation. We call it a Fourier series of decompensation. Fourier series of decompensation. Just don't worry about all those big grammar. But these are mathematical calculations that are used to diagnose what is going on. Now, if you have a good source where you got this device, you will discover that your diagnoses are accurate. Right. So that's that about that. Now, there are certain rules that you need to apply to ensure you get accurate results. Certain rules you need to apply to ensure you get accurate results. Number one, your patient, if possible, should not eat before the time of the scan. Your patient should not eat before the time of the scan. Or if he or she eats, you should wait for 2 hours. Let some level of digestion take place so that whatever you are diagnosing is at optimum status. All right? So 2 hours before time of test, do not eat. 2 hours before time of test, do not take medication. Most time when you take medication, it will alter the system of your body, and so we might be reading something other than what is going on in your body. So if you are going to take medication, give a space of 2 hours before you run the test. No food 2 hours, no drug 2 hours. Number 3, your patient should be in a state of rest. The patient should be in a state of rest before coming to run the scan. Not a situation whereby your patient just ran in, I'm in a hurry, and is panting. He now comes and says, oh yeah, let us scan. The heartbeat can alter the accuracy of the result. So your patient should be in a state of rest. On a normal day, if possible, if you have a couch in your clinic, the person can lie down. If not, let the person be seated and be in a state of rest. Number 4, the biodata of your patient, that's the information your patient is giving you, should be correct and current. Correct and current. What do I mean? When you are doing practical, you're going to see that we are going to enter the age of the person. You're going to enter the weight in kg of the person. You're going to enter the height of the person. All right. Now, it is advisable that you have those measuring devices there, so that you are the one taking the information yourself. Not that you're asking the person, what do you weigh? They say, I weigh 84 kg, and you are entering 84 kg. You don't know when last he or she weighed himself or herself. Maybe 2 weeks ago. You may have lost 2 kg, you may have added 2 kg. All right? So it's important that you have the scale to measure, or that you have your height meter to measure the height of the person, or so that the body mass index will give you an accurate information and not tell you that you are underweight or you are overweight. All those things will affect the accuracy of the result. Then, when it comes to taking measurement of height, you see, I'm someone that carries hair. If you want to take measurement, you make sure the measurement is at the crown, not at the tip of my hair, the crown itself, so that you get accurate measurement. Then when it comes to the scanning machine, all right, this is a hand touch model. In fact, it's an infrared model. When you place your hand, it scans. There is the model that you have to hold the test rod. Okay? Whatever the case may be, if it is a male, the male should place the hand on the sensor with the left hand. Or if it is a test rod device, the male should hold the test rod with the left hand, while the female should use the right hand on the sensor or the right hand on the test rod. You may ask why. It is because of the anatomical build-up of the male is different from that of the male based on how it was programmed on the device. So if you apply all these 5 rules of engagement and the source of your device is correct, is reliable, then you don't have to bother about the accuracy of the result. Whatever comes out is actually the result of your patient, even if the patient denies it. So these are the basic rules that you need to engage to get accuracy of result. Thank you.